Posing Beauty, the analysis of over-sexualization of Black women in the Western culture media. Within this society, people of color face harsh standards of beauty and struggle to identify surrounded by a white Western culture that portrays them as inadequate in the media. Posing Beauty in African American Culture is a national art exhibition that came to Spelman College on September 5, 2013. The exhibition uses photography to shed light on African American culture in regards to various intriguing topics such as fashion, celebrity figures, pageants, and family portraits. The exhibition stirs up discussion on the way the African American culture is portrayed historically and contemporarily. In 2009, Hank Willis Thomas put together the Posing Beauty artwork. It is a long landscape collage of 3 portraits of dark-skinned African American women surrounded by other African American women in magazines wearing bathing suits and in compromising positions. The pictures focus on body types, complexion, and how the media defines each of these topics in regards to beauty and intelligence. The media depicts women of color into over-sexualized symbols and pulls them away from their heritage and opens the door for gender issues and struggles with identity. The media has dehumanized African American women by portraying them as nothing more than a sex symbol and allowing them to believe that they are not being exploited. In Paulo Freire's Pedagogy of the Oppressed, he explores the idea of an education as a banking system and points out teachers who feed their students information only for memorization. Freire introduces the idea that this banking system of learning is dehumanizing. If men and women are searchers and their ontological vocation is humanization, they may perceive the contradiction in which banking education seeks, then engage themselves in the struggle for their liberation. If those that are being enslaved, essentially, knew that they were being treated as less than equal, they would actually seek out their freedom. In the Posing Beauty artwork, women that were photographed half naked express interest of becoming models. Listed within each short biography of the models are their height, waist, bra, and hip measurements. These women are marketing their bodies to be sold, in essence, to magazines so that they may be viewed as the standard of beauty that the Western culture has set forth. Not only are these women not real, but they fall victim to the societal pressure placed upon Black women to be sexual and disregarding of their intelligence. The 3 darker-skinned women in the larger frames are all singled out, while the lighter-skinned women are the background shots in compromising positions. This sheds a light on coloration. Omi and Wanat stated in their article entitled Racial Formations that skin color differences are thought to explain perceived differences in intellectual, physical, and artistic temperaments, and to justify distinct treatment of racially identified individuals and groups. Many stereotypes derive from skin color differences. Typically, the lighter the complexion, the better rounded a person is. White people have always been thought to be more intellectual than people of color based on their complexion. Even within the race, the complexion is a big factor. Light complexion African Americans and darker skinned African Americans have their own issues about the lighter the better statement. Unfortunately, unfair treatment arises from complexion quite often. Racial injustice should not be justified by skin color differences because there is no basis on why someone is different because of complexion. A person's complexion cannot describe their personality, physical attributes, or their intelligence. However, in these art frames, Black women in general are represented very sexually. As one looks at the panoramic photo of Thomas's Posing Beauty, a viewer is easily attracted to the gradual color change. The photos start as a black and white theme from the left side and transform into a color display. This transformation also portrays society's changing views about a woman's body. Most black and white photos are older, whereas the color photos are relatively new. The newer photos reveal more skin and are more sexualized in the media. Posing Beauty depicts the exploitation of Black women in photography in the media, and it really focuses on how much worse this has gotten in today's society. The media is also one of the main reasons African American individuals struggle with identity and being comfortable in their own skin. If images of light-skinned Black women with long straight hair are always displayed, that becomes what is acceptable. Younger girls quickly pick up on the social norms given by media images. The larger portrait on the far right is a wonderful piece because it not only displays the mother in her natural state, but also the young girl. The girl looks to be so enthralled in her mother's looks and matching her that she is not even concerned with looking like a light-skinned girl with straight hair. If the media put more effort into highlighting all beauty, regardless of shape, complexion, or hair texture, the struggles with identity would decrease because there will be no social norm. In conclusion, the overarching goal is to encourage the viewer to think more critically about the notion of beauty and the consequences of the decisions made about beauty. Hank Willis Thomas does a great job highlighting what is perceived as the beauty of women. Here in this white Western society, we understand that a black woman's view of her beauty may differ greatly from what the media prefers to display in images. The works within Posing Beauty explore into topics including fashion, beauty pageants, celebrity figures, and family portraits, and interesting discussions about the disputed ways African American beauty is being represented in historical and contemporary contexts.